this BMW Endurance Challenge at Daytona. It is round one of the 2021 IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. And it is a beautiful day here at Daytona Beach.
Daytona International Speedway is located about an hour's drive north of Orlando. 3.56 miles in length, 12 turns, track of two very distinct personalities. 2.5 miles up on the super speedway, then that critical 1 mile infill section. Fast sprint across the start-finish line down into turn one, AJ.
Turn one of the toughest brake zones on this racetrack. You come off the tri-oval, very flat in a turn one, so it's easy to get it wrong. You slide all the way to the exit there. As we look at turn six, a very bumpy brake zone, but it's critical. You got to get the power down, carry that speed on to NASCAR 1 through NASCAR 2, which leads into the bus stop, a passing opportunity, a quick left, right, left, back on to NASCAR 3 and 4, and you carry that speed all the way round down the front straightaway. We're going to do that for 4 hours today.
All right, up front, Kuno Wittmer in that very distinct yellow and black McLaren on the pole for the second year in succession. So it's Wittmer and Andrew Davis, 4-hour BMW Endurance Challenge here at Daytona to get things going for 2021. Wittmer clearly leaps off that pole position in the lead. Andrew Davis tucks in behind.
Nice start there by our pole sitter, Kuno. He's led the field of green the last 2 years. The Audi slot in, just trying to get these Michelin tires up to temperature here. Split start this year.
See Noecker on the pole in the TCR class. Down in turn one, we see Wittmer into turn three. Everybody trying to be patient, but still fight aggressively. We see battles on through the back of the pack there midway. TCR looks like they're gonna get through the turn one very clean. We're off to a great start.
But this is the Atlanta Speedworks Honda. And this young man, this teenager, who's about to turn 17, by the way, he's only got a couple of days left of being 16, he holds a Guinness Book of World Records record for being the youngest. He won the Mazda MX-5 Cup at the age of 14. He finished in the top 10 in the World Cup finals at the age of 14. He has done some phenomenal things already, and I think we're going to see a lot more of Robert Noecker. On the pole, leads the way, and he's already got more than a 2-second lead early on in this BMW Endurance 4-hour.
Pues el plan de carrera, íbamos como el plan de carrera que estábamos esperando. Yo entré a los 28 minutos. Estábamos ya en P3, pero estábamos dentro del margen que queríamos, que era en top 5. Todo el mundo trabajó bien, fue nuestra primera carrera, pero los muchachos de John San Miguel, en los cambios de goma, hicieron tremendo trabajo. Yo creo que lo grabaron, porque IMSA, en la televisión, Christopher, José Pablo, Joel, por su parte de la gasolina, hicieron tremendo trabajo. I'm happy because everybody worked really good. The car was really good. We got the right strategy. It's going for us. I think we could have a really good result, even win today. But that's racing. You win some, you lose some.
Go back on. Hit that again, hit that again, hit that again, hit that again. Hit that one again.
We go green and immediately you can go racing. Great jump there by young Nolan Siegel to the outside in the car barn with Peregrine Audi and takes the lead. Did he go early?
Papadopoulos on the high side in that white and red Audi, and then Spencer Pigot tucked in behind. So the car barn with Peregrine Racing, so familiar to see that colour scheme out in front. Papadopoulos goes wide, AJ.
Could see him get loose there. Kuno Wimmer's not going to be happy about that restart. Not sure if he was sleeping or the green flag came out, but got jumped by Nolan Siegel. We see there Spencer Pigot has gotten around Alex Papadopoulos for third. Big battle here. A lot of the cars behind Ted Giovannis have made a pit stop, so they're going to be on higher fuel, maybe some fresher tires. Going to be trying to get back to the front.
And you saw a good arm wrestle for the lead as well. Speaking of good battles, let's take you to TCR because there is a phenomenal scrap going on between the 61 of Gavin Ernstone. That's the Roadshagger Racing Audi. That's the black Audi on the right-hand side. The yellow and black and white Audi is the 17 of William Talley. Cal, a lot of people said keep your eyes on this 17. They thought this was the car to beat. However, they're tangling with last year's winner in Gavin Ernstone and John Morley.
Well, Gavin Ernstone, we saw it last year driving that car to the front. There's a lot of confidence within that small team right now in terms of their performances, coming off 2 victories last year, including the win here. But to take that car that had to have a fresh engine installed yesterday to the front, admittedly, 3 of these TCR cars did not elect to take that pit stop opportunity, AJ, but nonetheless, Gavin has been on it here this afternoon.
Yeah, Gavin Ernstone drove from the back of the field up to 4th before everybody pitted. You can see on the restart there, he's gotten the lead. We see the 73 car, Dylan.
They are running at a slower pace because of this. Mike Lamara and the LA Honda World. Honda has come to an abrupt stop, which is a real blow because Mike was running up there in the top 5 in class. Both himself and teammate Matt Pombo were pretty high on their chances today, and that is a big let go.
Yeah, it already slowed down, as you can see, coming through NASCAR 2, and immediately pulls off and gets off the racing line, but not the season start that they were looking for.
Oh boy. So second full course caution in this 4-hour BMW Endurance Classic here at Daytona. A real shame for the Honda boys.
this team's having a brilliant day. They did take that pit stop opportunity, and they've got that car back to the front, the Alfa Romeo.
There is a lot of positivity about this KMW Motorsports with TMR Engineering, Alpha, Giulietta. You know, we've documented this team and the cars, Dylan, over the past few years, and just they've been bitten too many times by reliability issues. But boy, it looks good and fast today.
Yeah, and they're trying not to count their chickens before they hatch, because this is a familiar scene. This car leading early in the race, but then being plagued, as you said, by reliability issues at the end of this race. But they do feel like they've got these issues sorted out. They knew exactly what it was, and it was kind of one of those situations where they couldn't really control it. It was just something that continuously happened. So they feel like they've improved on the car. This is a brand new race car for this team. A lot of changes in this version of the car from the last version. So they're hoping that solves those issues. And competition-wise, though, they feel like they're really strong, as always. So just trying to focus themselves on finishing the race, and we'll see where it goes from there, Kevin.
Well, I mentioned that the 7 Aston Martin missed a lot of time and didn't get to qualify because of losing an engine. Well, the 98 Hyundai, and remember, this is a new car. This is the Elantra. They still run Velosters and a couple of Elantras as well that still need to be developed. They lost an engine at the Roar last week. Didn't get any meaningful laps there. Missed all of practice. Did just a few shakedown laps this morning. It took a while because of COVID restrictions to get a new engine here from Germany. So they're learning that car. Everybody's used to them running up front. A lot of complaining, frankly, around the paddock last year. Well, the Hyundais have their work cut out for them here today. Ryan Norman, last year's driver champion, started in the back, has picked up a few spots, running in 11th right now. And right now, I think the feeling is the Veloster might be more developed at the moment, but in the long run, the Elantra is going to be one to watch.
There's a great shot right there. On the right-hand side is the new Elantra, and there is the Veloster behind. You can see just the physical size difference, shape and design difference between the two. Both run the big N. The N is the performance line for Hyundai. And Kevin was saying that, you know, some of the rivals were complaining about Hyundai's dominance, Carl, last year. Maybe rightly so, because Brian Herder Autosport cars won 7 of the 10 races.
I know, and with 8 cars in the field this year, I jokingly said to Brian last week, congratulations on the 21 manufacturer's title, because you have stacked the deck. But they've debuted this new car, and he said it's basically all new. Gearbox, clutch, and the wheels are only transferred over from the Veloster. Unlike the Veloster, where it came from the i30N, it was more of an evolution. So this is an all-new car they're trying to get their hands around. And again, with this compressed schedule, Lee, with Sebring finishing so late and so little time between the Raw test weekend getting into race mode, not a lot of time for these teams to work with.
Rubén trabajó súper bien, Rubén hizo tremendo stint, estaba en el pace, como los punteros, el setup que se trabajó funcionó perfecto, estaba cuidando bien las gomas traseras. Abdiel ya había hecho el cálculo de cuánta gasolina necesitamos y vamos a poner 2 gomas nuevas de nuevo y vamos a hacer otra parada para 4 gomas nuevas. tuvimos un engine failure, estamos verificando con Honda qué sucedió. El carro de LAP también tuvo otro, nosotros. Hay que ver, el motor de nosotros totalmente nuevo. Y de momento, saliendo de la curva 6, el motor entró en un failure en el dash y entró en lean mode y tuvimos que shutdown. Empezamos Daytona no como queríamos, pero a la larga los muchachos aprendieron un montón y tenemos un carro para pelear con los punteros. Todavía tienen que hacer algunos arreglos en el VOP, pero cosa mínima y nosotros decidir con Honda cómo vamos a resolver el problema del motor. Anyway, gracias a todo el mundo por estar pendiente, todo el mundo por las buenas vibras. O sea, somos uno de los top 5 teams ahora mismo en la serie y nada, llevo mucho tiempo en el deporte y uno gana y se pierde.